I'm Aviva Goldfarb of the 6 O'Clock Scramble, and I want to show you a great make-ahead back-to-school breakfast. We're going to make mini vegetable quiches. It is back to school time, enough of the lazy days of summer. We are back to the chaos, so I want to help you find ways to calm the back to school chaos. So we are going to make these. They're super easy. They're really healthy. Your kids are going to get protein and vegetables and herbs and spices in their morning. Kids love these. You're going to love these. So what we're going to do first is we're going to beat together 6 eggs. Once you have your eggs, you're going to mix in 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt or sour cream or whatever you have. I used Greek yogurt in this case. And you're going to beat those right in. That's going to make it a little lighter and fluffier, and it's also going to add some calcium and protein to the mix. And I'm going to whisk these together. Okay, so we have these, and we're going to mix in 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. You can shred it yourself, buy a big block, and stick it in the food processor, or buy it pre-shredded, depending on your time and what you like. And we're going to add about 1/2 teaspoon each. If you have Italian seasoning, I don't know what that is, you are going to use a teaspoon of it, but I didn't have any Italian seasoning blend, so I'm going to use about 1/2 teaspoon each of dried basil and dried oregano. You can use fresh herbs in this too, but you don't need to since it's all getting baked. So these are really convenient. And then I microwaved 6 ounces of organic baby spinach. I just did it right in this bowl, and what we're going to do is we're going to chop it and add it to our quiche mixture. And if we add it like this, it'll just be a little too stringy, so it's good to just take your chef's knife, which I hope you are remembering to sharpen every week so that your chopping goes smoothly, and just chop this up. Really easy, right? And when I add it, I'm going to separate it a little bit so it's not big chunks, or at least I'm going to attempt to. I have a towel down here. So then for your veggies, you really can vary these. Normally I would use a red or an orange or a yellow pepper because I think they taste a little better, but I somehow happen to have a green pepper. And I thought in this case, it would actually be nice because of the contrast of colors, because we're going to use some red onion too. So I'm just going to cut these into small pieces like this. It's easier if you chop it on the rough side, and it's also easier if your knives are very sharp. Hopefully you'll check out my basics on knife sharpening and chopping skills. That's it. That just took about a minute or less. So you want about 1/4 cup or 1/8 of a cup total, actually. It's about like this. I have a red onion, and that's just another, it's purple actually. It gives another pretty color. So I'm going to take my little red onion, and I probably am not even going to need all this. Probably just about this much. And chop it up pretty finely. Keep your top of your knife in contact with the cutting board as much as possible so it doesn't slip. Run through it with your hand on top. Cut it up a little bit smaller, but that looks pretty good. And again, we want about 1/8 of a cup in here. You don't want to add too many vegetables because it'll start, oh, my eyes are watering. It'll start to get a little bit too watery, and you don't want that. So then all we have to do is to add a little bit, oh, my eyes are really watering. That doesn't usually happen when I cut it. It's about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. If you want to, if your kids like it, you can add a little bit of ground pepper too. Mine do, fortunately, but they didn't always. And we are just going to mix this together and pour it right in our muffin tins. Okay, so I've got all of my ingredients mixed together. It wasn't very many ingredients. It took me about 5 minutes to whisk these together, and you're going to make 12 of these. And you can even double the recipe if you want to freeze them and make more, if you have a bigger family or just want to have more of the work done in advance. Now, one of the things that I have struggled with, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, is getting them to come out of the pan. Anytime I make muffins, whether they're egg muffins or regular muffins, sometimes they stick, sometimes they don't. So this time I decided to use these muffin cups so we would ensure it. Also, then I realized the other good thing about it is if somebody is taking it on the go in the morning, they won't get all greasy. It'll be a little bit neater. I love this little ladle because it's got a spout. You want to fill them about 2/3 of the way full. There we go. There we go. So just pour those in there. We're going to bake them at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes until they're firm and just starting to get a little bit browned. And that's when they will be perfect. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to stick these in the oven, and I'll show you what they look like when they come out of the oven. So as you can see here, we have our mini vegetable quiches, or I call them quichelettes sometimes. And you can make these in advance, let them cool and refrigerate or freeze them so that your family members can just heat them right up in the morning. And they are so cute and so delicious. Your family is going to be so happy to be so well nourished in the morning. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the thumbs up, and leave a comment or share. It really helps us out and I really appreciate it. And don't forget, you are never too busy to eat well, and neither is your family. Hi, I'm Aviva Goldfarb with the 6 O'Clock Scramble, and I want to talk to you about basic knife skills.